I wish this game had some music that played at the beginning, like in the menu. It's kind of weird that it doesn't have that. You'd think it would. It does not. So, I'm just gonna go into the game and see what happens. Alright, we'll just wait here. We'll watch the rain. How does that look? Looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks, not bad. I think we were looking for the tower in this area, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let me do something real quick. Alright, let me see if this works. Okay, it did work. Okay, sweet. So I can go to full screen webcam now whenever I want. That's good. Okay. Just in case I want to, like, directly address whatever. Oh, weird. That I didn't expect it to do that. I thought that it would okay, how do I crop it so that it stretches like a square? Hold on, let me check this. Um Transform. You don't know? I was talking to myself, topical, no worries. Edit transform. Okay, I think we need to scale to height of bounds and crop to bounding box. Sounds right. Let's see if that worked. That worked. Cool. Now I have a square that I can appear and say things in full screen in a little box. Hello. I wasn't able to do that earlier because I wanted to show Blue my new model that I was making, and I couldn't figure out how to make it full screen, like right in the middle like that. I just had to do it by resizing it. Also, it's not a very good webcam. I'm quite blurry, but that's okay. All right, so we have that now, and we have that over there. Okay. Oh, that's a bomb. Okay. Is the ad over? The ad is over, so we're good to go. Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Everything good? I think all's well for me. Got my drink. Very cool. What are we doing in this game? What do you want to do? Do you want to go look for the towers? You're so handsome? Oh, you're just flattering me. Flattery will get you nowhere. That's not true. I'm just a normal person. Kill some animals. What kind of animals? What is this over here? Is that an animal? Lightning from the sky. Let me take off this real quick. There we go. Very impressive. Not many could make it up here in such rain.
Oh.
I'd expect no less from a well-worn traveler like yourself. How did he get here so quickly? I mean, technically we got here quickly too, but we teleported. He was on the other side of the world just a minute ago. Me? I stay nice and dry. My feathers repel the rain rather well. Well, you're a bird. And my instrument was designed to withstand extreme moisture. I don't know of any accordions that are made like that, so... When your livelihood revolves around ancient songs, you've got to be prepared for a few raindrops. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? Let's hear it.
Oh.
Excellent. Without further ado. When a lost hero calls down lightning from the sky, the monk responds from a giant mound on high. There's a puzzle in this somewhere, but as far as I can tell, it could apply to a great many things. Anyway, may the light shine ever on your path. Okay, let me go back up there then and put a metal object on that mound. Maybe that will work. What do I have? Can I just drop something worthless? Let's drop this one. No, let's drop this one. Which one did I just pick up? Which one am I holding? Wait, why doesn't it have the night? What? Oh, it's down at the bottom. How close am I supposed to be to this when it happens? Why is it not... It's not sparking. Isn't it supposed to spark? Oh, there we go. Why is it not? Why did it stop? Do I have to be standing close to it? I'm gonna get electrocuted and die. Does it want me to put more stuff? Topical says, I think the siblings in Hocus Pocus have a romantic relationship. I've never seen Hocus Pocus. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, where did my weapons go? Are they... Oh, there's one. Hold on. Are you watching Hocus Pocus right now? Maybe they landed on top. Oh, I should probably put that away. Where'd my other weapons go? Oh, there's one. Ah! Oh my gosh, thankfully I had a fairy. That was amazing. All right. Well, what an exciting start, huh? All right, there's our okay, we need to put that away. It was where was the other one? There were 3 weapons that I put up there. Oh, obese spotless monkey velociraptor. That's insane. Okay, where is it? Maybe it did land on top. I mean, it's possible, right? No, I guess not. Where do you go? Maybe the one that got hit actually exploded. Like, it actually got destroyed. Hopefully it wasn't the expensive one. I think it was. All these bows are gonna explode if I use them, so... Alright, where is it? I feel like I'm using one of those metal detectors to find trash. Oh, remember how I said I wanted to get that Lego set that was a Lego Game Boy? I got it and I built it, and it's awesome. It's very, very cool. It was a lot of fun. It took about 2.5 hours to build, but it was awesome. I think there are people who have made versions of it that do. You just take out the center part and put like a chip in there. I'm sure it's possible. Well, let's get whatever's in here, I guess. You know, I don't think I'll ever be able to afford one because they're probably super expensive and very hard to get in good condition. But I've always wanted like a mint condition Game Boy. Or Game Boy Color. Preferably the green one, if there is one. I think there is one. Let's see, green Game Boy. I think there is. Yeah, there is. There's like a lime green one. I think there's an orange one actually. Let me check. No? I don't think that's an official one. I'm not sure. What were the official... Let me look up what the official Game Boy Color colors. Okay, there was a blue one, a yellow one, a green one, a pink one, a purple one, and like a translucent one. Interesting. I don't remember them looking like that. Berry, grape, kiwi, dandelion, and teal. Colors that spell out the word color on the device logos. Huh? That's an AI overview. That can't be right. I'm assuming it's wrong because it's AI. Why do I even... I wish that the first Google entry was just like the actual answer and not some guess. Alright. Let's see. I guess people don't want to actually read articles. Whatever. Oh, that was correct. Berry, grape, kiwi, dandelion, teal, and atomic purple apparently is the clear one. You have a pink one? What, you actually have one? Man, I'm jealous. That's crazy. Hmm. Yeah, that's yeah. I've always wanted a Game Boy with the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. That's it. Those are the only games that I want for it. But um, maybe Super Mario, one of the classic ones. But anyways, let's go in here. Sorry about that aside. I wanted to think about retro technologies for a second. It's cool stuff. But yeah, now I have a Lego Game Boy. I wish it worked, but it doesn't. Plus, I don't have any Game Boy games, so even if it did work, it's not like I'd be able to use it. Maybe they'll do like is it Lego or Lego? I say Legos. Did you buy the Lego Game Boy thinking it would work? No, I didn't. I bought it knowing that it was a cool collector's item and would not work. It was yeah, I say Lego. Lego. Yep, Lego. Oh, I just got new pants. What did it say? I forgot I've been reading all the items descriptions. Rubber tights. These invaluable tights are resistant to electricity. They're made with something called rubber, an ancient technology that no longer exists in this modern age. I mean, it's what? How do you say it? Like, is it Lego? I say Lego, like Legos, like Lay's potato chips, but with the going. They are potato chips that go. There were some in my workplace, and I have to study the box to make sure it wasn't I had to study the box to make sure it wasn't an actual Game Boy. You say Lego. Well, it says no digital. Actually, I can go get the box if you want. It says no digital parts or whatever. No digital functionality. It's not that hard to figure out. It's just Legos. Uh, yeah, yeah, it's interesting. I had to drive like an hour to get it because it wasn't anywhere at any of the places that I'd been to. Looking for it, yeah. It was really rare in my area. I think they're selling out really quickly. I imagine they're going to be like really in high demand because it's really cool collaboration, you know. A really high quality product from like Lego and collaborating with Nintendo is pretty cool. It's kind of neat. Alright, let me see how many more shrines we need. Okay, so that's one. Alright, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more stamina wheel chunks, like pie slices. So that means we need, let's see, 4 times 4 is 16. We need 15 more. 15 more shrines to get all of the stamina wheels. How are you guys today, by the way? How are you, chat, as they say? I bet you say milk? No, I say milk. 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 Like that, I say milk. Wow, I've never seen this part of the game in like 60 frames per second. That's a first. We don't have the ability to climb waterfalls. Wait, do we? It is a waterfall, yes. No, we don't. We need the Zora armor to do that. How we're gonna do that, I don't know. Meh. Mech, work was really boring. I'm having this issue where I will want to nap for an hour. Doctor says I need to exercise more, but my job takes up so much of my day. Yeah, you gotta exercise. You gotta get that blood pumping. Make sure all of your extremities get oxygen through your blood or whatever. Why are these fish doing fish things in the waterfall? I hear something. I don't know what I hear, but that's one way to do it. Topical did ask me to kill some animals, so here we are. You should exercise before or after work. I recommend after. If you have a Nintendo Switch, you can get Ring Fit Adventure. That's good exercise. Or you can get Fitness Boxing. Let's use this weapon. Ouch. Okay, I need to drop some of my metal bows. True, but I'm already horribly sweaty after work. You sweat at work? That's crazy. I mean, I guess different people sweat differently. I have to shower, work out, and then maybe shower again. Why did Topical say nope? Work out while sweaty. Oh, yeah. You don't have to... I mean, technically you shouldn't be that sweaty. I don't know. I mean, unless you work with fish. If you work in a fish market, then you might want to shower to get the fish smell off of you so it doesn't stink up the house. Plus, there's no air conditioning. Wait, there's no air conditioning at work? That plus my uniform is really stuffy. That sounds miserable. Maybe you need to get a new job. And it's not possible for everyone, but that's crazy. Don't they keep it cool in there for you guys? You're working on that? Okay, cool. What is that? Was that the dragon? I think it is. Mr. Dragon, come back. I want one of your scales. Or your horn or something. I don't think I'm gonna catch up. It's too big to cool effectively. It's fine if you're in shorts and a t-shirt, but it's over 85 degrees inside. The inside will be humid as well as the outside. Okay, yeah, well, I guess it is humid in certain areas. I mean, I guess where I'm from, it's not as humid, so. I wasn't paying attention to my stamina. That was my fault. Fortunately, we're okay. I'm glad that doesn't, like, game over you. It just takes away some of your health. I get my goods from I get my goods from Llewellyn Village. Llewellyn Village. It's a very simple, sleepy town. I don't know why he talks like that. That's just how he talks. They play this traditional treasure chest game of chance that takes me back to my childhood for some reason. Anyhow, that's enough for small talk. Let's get down to business. The donkey's pack is packed with the top choice merchandise, so take your time browsing the goods. Okay. These fish and fruits come from Llewellyn Village. Take your time a looking. Okay, I'm gonna buy all of your durians. All of them.
Ah.
That's a weird voice to use. Sorry, I did my best. I would like to sell some gems. It's okay, it's funny. Okay, good. Let's see. I have lots of topaz. I'm gonna sell 4 of them. I'm gonna sell... I don't have a ton of gems. I have a lot of luminous stones. Oh, I have a bunch of opals and amber. I'll sell 28 of these.
Oh.
And then I'll sell 2... No, I'll sell 7 of my opals.
Ah.
And do you have any arrows? I'd like to buy arrows.
Oh.
I don't know why I expected you to have arrows. You just said fish and fruits. That's okay. Goodbye.
Ah.
See you around. Goodbye. What was your name again? Chuman? He's not a human, he's a Chuman. Whoa, there's an updraft for some reason. Why is there an updraft? Oh, that's why. Mr. Dragon Man. Hello, Mr. Dragon Man. I will go get... I'm gonna try and get your horn, if I can. Wait, do I have his horn? Hold on, let me see what I don't have. Do I have any of the horns of any of the... Okay, where are they? Doesn't help that my webcam is blocking it. I don't think I have any of them. I don't have a bow equipped. Dang, did I hit his face? I hit his face, that's okay. So much for that. I wanted to hit his horn. It's okay, we got one of his scales. It's not as good as his horn, but whatever. Have you adapted to your new schedule, Grand Vizier? No, you idiot. Ugh, that's so stupid. Not you. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to me. Alright, flint. I guess that's good. Arrows, that's good. I am getting low on arrows, I think. Purple rupee. Lots of money. Okay, where was that? Can I reach that from here? Doesn't look like I can. I think I can reach it from this one. Yeah, I guess he left. Yeah, he never answered, did he? Yeah. Oh, there's the... I was wondering where that horn was coming from. It's right over there. You always announce when you're leaving? Yeah, you do. I don't know why you do that. Why do you do that, Topical? That's not common courtesy on Twitch. I mean, it's, if anything, it kind of makes me sad. Because then I'm like, oh, now he's leaving, and then I feel discouraged and I want to stop streaming. You can keep doing it, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just people don't do that on Twitch, you know? Wow, he would have gotten impaled on those spikes in real life. Ouch, that was a lot of damage. We never did get that knight's broadsword. Stop doing that move, it's illegal. Ow. I really wish the weapons didn't instantly break when you threw them. I feel like that's counterintuitive. That's the illegal move. Stop using it. It's not allowed. You can't dodge that one and it's bad. The reason it's illegal is because they designed it to immediately attack without you being able to dodge. Like, there's no way to do the backwards flippy, like, flurry rush thing with it. At least that I found. They put it in there as like a safeguard to guarantee that you can't, like, if you just, you know, like wailing, like hack and slash, you know, you can't, it basically stops you from doing that. I think that's why they put it in there. I'm low on health. I need to eat something. I'm gonna eat this meat skewer. Yum. He's dead. It's very rainy here. More arrows. Oh yeah, we need to make sure we have a bunch of arrows before we go fight Ganon. That's another requirement. We need to have at least like 400 or something. Sorry, at least 100. Maybe not 400. Why can't you freeze the bees? Weird. What? What are you doing? Your friends are dead. That's nice. I used one arrow and then got 5 back. They only carry like bundles of like 5 or 10 arrows. It's kind of interesting. Let's go, you filth. Why did that person say that? The spears might be the best. They might be. I'm not sure. Do I really want the meteor rod? I don't think I do. I probably won't use it because I'll just use a torch instead. What? Oh, I sorted it. I needed to drop it. It's a miracle that you stepped in to save us. Let me do this much for you. A tough nutcake. Grants a low-level defense boost. Forest nuts give this cake a pleasant texture and a simple, understated sweetness. If you insist. That gives me higher defense for a little bit. I suppose no place in Hyrule is safe anymore. Not even the settlements. All the more reason for me to redouble my training in order to help my beloved Sorelia. That sounds like a fanfiction. That sounds like a fanfiction character. Like a Kingdom Hearts fanfiction character. Where do you think this tower would be, huh? I mean, this is a pretty big area. Maybe I just keep going west? East, I mean? East is different than west. I just skateboarded that goat to death. I bet you didn't expect me to do that. Look at these bones. They're probably gonna come to life. Huh. Maybe they only do that at a certain time. I'm gonna get some... Yeah, I think they do. The bones do... I think the bones do come to life, actually. It probably has to be nighttime, though. We can wait till nighttime. Let me see if I have any wood. If not, I can make some. I mean harvest some, not really make some. Yeah, I guess it counts as making. Does cutting a piece of log... Does cutting a log into wooden planks count as making wood? Or is that something different? Alright, I'm gonna go get that lizard on the tree over there. Let me turn on my stealth stuff. Why is it not in order? There we go, now it is. See that lizard? There's two lizards actually, and a crab. That's a good lizard. That's a hardy lizard. I got an iron shell crab and a hightail lizard. There's pirates over there. Yeah, do you think there's like something like terribly wrong with Twitch right now because none of my regulars are getting notifications that I'm live? I wish you could play as Link in Monster Hunter. Well, I have news for you. You absolutely can. You can play as Link in Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter Generations as well. You can even play as Samus from Metroid. That should be enough wood. I just need to go over here and build a fire and then rest at it. I guess it just shows how much you know about Monster Hunter, because you've only seen so much of it. There's they do a lot of collaborations. There was even like a One Piece collaboration, but they since removed that because of licensing. So I don't think I'm able to get it anymore. Alright, let's put this here. No, not two. Okay. Now what? Hit it with this. There we go. Night. Hopefully he'll wake up and then we can fight him. I don't know how... It's only 9 p.m., so it probably is midnight or something that he comes back to life. Interesting. I'll cut down these trees while I'm here. Do you remember that one time I played Monster Hunter from the beginning? Monster Hunter Generations? And I played a few hours and it was a lot of fun. And there was that person who kept asking me if I could help them. And I was like, not on this account, I'm not far enough. That was interesting. I've never been like recruited for help before while playing online. I kind of wished I had just switched over to my other account. But the reason I didn't is because I didn't have my armor set. all set up. So I didn't have a good armor set for fighting and helping. I had like a really weak set that I was wearing, and I would have probably died. If it was a difficult quest, that is. That didn't expect that to break, but it did. I don't have another axe. Is this thing ever gonna wake up? You're back. What do you mean? I answered your... Oh, well, all you missed was me telling you... Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're going to say goodbye at the end of the stream when you're leaving, you should definitely say that you're going to lurk before you have to go to do something like that. Because I just explained to you like 3 things that were directly addressed to you. I will say a few of them again. You can play as Link in Monster Hunter. It is not impossible. You type !lurk really quickly, and then you hit the enter button, and then it will tell me that you've lurked. It's very, very simple. Or just type any number, like any number between like 1 and 4,000. You were handed a baby? Couldn't type. I don't think this guy's gonna wake up. Well, it's almost midnight. Maybe it's midnight that he wakes up. It's not really dark. It doesn't get very dark at night. I mean, maybe that will make him wake up? Come on, wake up. Maybe this thing has to be completely shadowed, like overshadowed by like no light. Like, the light has to leave. Why is it 12:15 a.m. and it's still so bright out? This game needs darker nights and like scarier, spooky, like scary time. Is that a COVID mask? No, it's a ninja mask. It's a shinobi mask. The only Nintendo game that exists that has actual COVID masks is Splatoon 3. But it could be argued that they're actually to protect you from ink, not just COVID. Or the spread of infection in general, because they do that a lot in Japan. And Splatoon has kind of a pseudo-Japanese-esque, like Tokyo, modern Tokyo culture sort of thing. Why is this not get? Oh, there we go. He's just standing there now. I didn't even get to see him. Didn't even get to see him like get up. All right, I don't have a lot of arrows. There we go. All right, let's use just this sword, I guess. Ooh, he has a great flame blade. You wish he had flesh. Well, I have news for you. There are versions of these that have flesh, so I don't know what to tell you. Your wish is confirmed by the game, just not this one. If he had flesh, he couldn't do that. He couldn't rip out his rib cage and throw it at me. Can I use that? No, it disappeared. More? He just, how many rib cages is he gonna rip out? He just killed me. I hope it didn't. I hope it saved. That was unfortunate. I need to make this just a little tinier. Just so it's not covering up the hints. Alright, fortunately we're back here. Oh, the flame blade is in a different spot. That's weird. It's like in his head this time. That was weird. Okay, so this guy does a lot of damage, and I should probably use that item that that guy gave me that that protects me, gives me more defense or whatever. Was it this one? No, it was this one. Oh, I also don't have very good armor on. That's probably a big part of it. Let's do this one. Actually, no, that's probably my strongest one. Because it has the bonus that lets me run fast at night, which is good. I wish it was a small flame blade, not a great flame blade. Let's use the spear. This one. That is very cool. I will say that is a really cool mechanic. Alright, as long as I don't get too close, I can dodge like that. Yeah, they disappear, which is interesting. I like this fight. It's cool. Ah, what is he doing? He's like shaking his jowls at me. What? He just ripped off his jaw. I've never seen that before. Oh, are you kidding me? What? What in the world? How have I not seen this? No, let me get the thing. Do you think all ancient Greeks had one eye? What? Like at least one eye or only one eye? Most ancient Greeks had two eyes. As far as I know. I don't know what you're referring to. Alright, let's swap to... Let's use the Hylian. Is that the Hylian? No, that's the Knight's Shield. Okay. This is a really fun game to stream, I will say that. Feels like I'm at home. It feels like I'm in a safe haven. A virtual utopia. I feel protected. It's very interesting. This game gives me like a sense of comfort, which is and it's also challenging at the same time. It's a very good, fun game. I like it. Another energetic rhino beetle, another lizard. Let's see. Let's use this. I like those guys. I would love to play Wind Waker again, by the way. if Legend of Zelda Wind Waker is one of the games that you're interested in, let me know because like I would love to play that, and I have it. I have it on Nintendo Online at least. I can't play it on the original GameCube, but well, I mean, I guess I could, but I have it technically, but I haven't set it up to stream. I want to see if I can hit all 3 birds at the same time. Ah, I got 2. That would have been so cool. Unfortunately, I'm not a pro gamer. The other arrow almost hit it too. It was like fraction of an inch away. What, are you looking at me? You are looking at me. Alright, how about you leave me alone? I'm gonna go get this. You scared the bug away. How dare you? What? They can throw the spears? I'm learning so much about this game today. I've never seen them throw spears before. This one's almost broken, I think. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Soldier Spear is weaker, though. I like the way the Soldier Spear looks. It's a very cool design. I've always wanted one of those, like, really high quality, like, carbon steel, like, boar hunting spears. The one that, like, Markiplier showed off that one time, he was like, hey, I thought it was super cool, so What does he sound like? He sounds like... He has a really, like, low voice. I can't do it. But anyways, he was like, hey, check out that cool spear I have in the background. It was... I don't know, it was cool. I thought it was cool. Wait, was that a shooting star? I heard a shooting star, but... Got you. You didn't trick me. I knew that since it wasn't metal, that it wasn't real. I think Topical is busy again. He's not replying to anything I've said. He misses all the good stuff. I don't understand it. He's very good at doing that. Are you still there, Topical? You're here? Oh, you are here. You just weren't saying anything. That's fine. It's just amazing to me how frequently babies need attention. They're like aggressive Tamagotchis. Can you imagine like being an animal species where like you got to like have your baby and then the baby was just like good to go? Here I am. I'm ready to go. I feel like that'd be cooler. Yeah, at work sometimes the baby will scream and cry because mom isn't looking at them constantly. The babies do that. Yeah, I know. No wonder we live in an attention-starved culture where everyone's constantly vying for like attention. It's because we can't train our babies to behave. I guess. I think it has something to do with the atmosphere. I said this as a joke a while ago, but I think it's true. I think the babies constantly think that they're dying because the atmosphere is dangerous now. My baby needs constant attention. Yeah, it's probably because the atmosphere sucks. Not enough nitrogen in it or something. The whole point of a baby getting your attention is to let you know that something's wrong. So if nothing's wrong and it's wailing at you, then you know you've got a problem. Not like you personally, but the world. No, babies have always needed attention. They don't understand that if the parent stops looking at them, they didn't die. Maybe we should teach them. Give them like more nitrogen or something. Just like nitrogen babies. Invincible nitrogen babies that are super intelligent, like boss babies. You know what I mean? still a baby, but can like totally run a business, that kind of thing. They figure it out eventually. Do you not remember being a baby? I was a really well-behaved baby. I think in terms of the 3 siblings, I was the easiest to take care of. So maybe I'm speaking because I'm biased, but all babies should be really easy to take care of. Unless they're being attacked by like a wild bear or like a mountain lion or something. That's the only instance where you should start to freak out when you're taking care of the baby. I mean, all of this wouldn't, none of this would matter really if like the babies were not like constantly screaming at people that weren't like supposed to take care of them. But if you're like in a church or something and someone brings their baby in and the baby is just like irritating everyone, it's like, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of like, you know, being a baby? Aren't you supposed to like bring joy to people, not like interrupt their prayer? My baby is very chill at church. Oh, good. Well, there you go. Then you have a good baby. It's annoying, but it's better than a church full of boomers. Sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's a church full of both, you know? These weapons suck. Probably because it's the one true church. No, I don't think that has anything to do with that. I'm sure there are plenty of churches in your denomination that there are screaming babies. Either that or your church would probably kick the people out who had the screaming babies. They'd be like, go to the nursery. You're not supposed to be here. Cool, he's dead. I don't have anything against boomers, it's just that babies mean churches are growing well. I guess so. I think it depends on what kind of church. If you like live in like a, what do you call it? Like a super science-y church that's all about like growing babies in test tubes, you could have a ton of babies, but it's still a bad church. Like if you had like a Brave New World church where they were constantly making babies, that would be crazy, but it's possible. Wait, there's another enemy here? Oh, there he is. Most Christians are against stuff like IVF. What is that? I don't know what that means. Is that like Brave New World stuff? I don't speak the tongue of the scientists. In vitro fertilization, yes, sort of. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't speak science jargon. I don't think it's real. But I'll take your word for it. I think if it's just Brave New World stuff, then it probably is evil. That's my guess. I mean, it could be, maybe unfortunately it might be like the actual like opposite of evil, which would suck. But it's entirely possible that there will be a church that's like, our primary mission is not to preach the gospel, but to make as many babies as possible. And then they'll create this baby factory, and everyone will be like, wow, this is great. Look at all the great work they're doing. Look at all these babies they're making. And that will essentially like replace the whole point of the church, you know? I think that's possible. In the next 500 years, I think that's possible. There's nothing, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, because I guess they'd be doing the thing that they wanted to do, but, you know, I wouldn't be into it. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need it. But, you know, I don't really need that either. I kind of want the boomerang. The church already produces babies and preaches the gospel. It's definitely possible. Yeah. I think there were a lot of like ancient traditions as well, like ancient traditions traditions, sorry, that prioritized things that were not expressly prioritized by the original like church fathers. And they were successful. I don't think that they were like heretical or whatever. They were just like, hey, we gotta do this. Like, okay, cool, I guess we're doing that now. Oh, let's see. Can I use this again? I mean, I can. Can I hit all three? Any specifics? Yeah. There were a lot of churches that were focused on... Nice. Nice. Very good. There were a lot of churches that focused on expansion, specifically with regards to colonizing indigenous lands, like Manifest Destiny, and I guess the Spanish Inquisition counts as well. Finding the heretics and killing them, and replacing them with more stable, like, institutions. Quote unquote stable institutions. I mean, the best example I can think of really right now is the modern. There's a lot of history between early church and Inquisition you've skipped. Oh, of course, yeah. I just gave two examples from two sides of the coin. Like, yeah, like 1500 years, yeah. A lot happened in that time. I mean, there was the section of there was the section in the middle where they were like, "Hey, the church is all about art. We got to make these beautiful stained glass windows, and we gotta be patrons of the art and make sure that we purport, you know, true sciences and stuff." There's that too. I don't know. They have a lot of ulterior motives, is what I'm saying, good or bad. I'm very neutral with regards to this. I don't care. I just think it's interesting how we haven't found the perfect church culture that meets everyone's needs. We found little churches that meet the needs of the few, not the many, which is fine. I really wish you could like go underwater in this game. Like go scuba diving, you know? Scuba diving would be cool. I think we're just kind of wandering around. I really don't know where the next tower is. Oh, there's a shrine. What is this? What is this? This is new. Huh. Oh, okay. I guess I just bring this over here? Sorry, did you see that stutter? Or was that just me? No, that was the preview. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. It's never really done that before. Oh, there's more. It kind of reminds me how, like, a lot of churches, they kind of... Not churches, organizations, that's a better word for it. A lot of organizations have motives that are, kind of the subject matter that the leader of the organization, like either the church, the priest or the pastor, he has like a side hustle, a thing that he wants to do. So if you're like a hippie pastor or a hippie priest, I don't know why I said one or two, they're kind of both pastors, I guess, in this instance. You might be interested in, like, you know, nature, or like, You know, making sure you are kind to animals or something like that. At least not like domestically killed animals. You know, it's like one of the things that gets added on because of the personal favor or favoritism from that. My priest is a farmer. Yeah, that's another good example, actually. I've met a lot of pastors that are very industrial or agricultural, very focused on, you know, like more like a standard way of living and providing for like society, you know. Father Leo is dying. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Topical. I really like Father Leo. Well, we found a little village. Leukemia. That's unfortunate. Not sure how much it will help, but I will pray for him as much as I can. Look at this doggy. Hello, doggy. What do you think this doggy is named? It's a Hylian retriever. It likes photos being taken of it. Oh, that's a good picture. Do you want a piece of meat? Oh, you not to make not to poke fun or make light of something that's really serious, but I thought of another thing that some churches like ulterior motives. A lot of churches have the ulterior motive of promoting good health. Like a lot of prosperity gospel churches. They'll be like, you know, you got to make sure that you do your medicines and you got to make sure that you're healthy. Where are you going? Oh, I guess because I gave it food, it's going to show me where treasure is. Do you want to dig it up for me, or do you want me to just get it? I'll get it. A star fragment. A mysterious stone fragment that fell from the sky. It looks like it could fetch a good price, but maybe able to use it in certain recipes as well. Okay, let's figure out what the deal is with this village. What would you use these for? Drying fish? I can't carry any more shields, really? Okay, well, I'll just leave that there then. I just tried to walk through that window. You a traveler? I'm a fisherman of this village, but we're in a bit of a bind lately. Do you know what the word bind means? The original word for bind, it was a unit of measurement for a group of eels that was wrapped in rope or twine. So to bind something is to wrap something in such a way. So if you're in a bind, you're not necessarily being bound, you're actually in a group of eels that are bound, which are wriggling around. Isn't that cool? You a traveler? I'm a bit of a fisherman in this village, but we're in a bit of a bind lately. Monsters have taken over the best fishing spots. You used to be able to pull in a good haul at Eris Beach, But these days, you'd be lucky to leave there with your life. Kind of sounds like Wesker. You look pretty tough. You think you could go take care of them? I've already done it. I can't believe it. You took care of the monsters at Eris Beach. It's been so long since I've had a fish from those waters. Thanks, mate. I suppose I should give you this to show my appreciation. $100? Sir, I don't need your money. Actually, there's nothing else that you have that I want. Your family is quite hideous. Its dazzling silver light reflects your beaming smile. Come back whenever you'd like. I'll share the day's haul with you. Okay, well. We did it, guys. We did it. I'm gonna get these mushrooms. Do you like Hocus Pocus? I've never seen it. All I know from Hocus Pocus is a singular scene. And I don't even remember which scene it is. I don't even remember the context of the scene. I've just seen maybe like a 30-second clip and I was like, what is that? And that was it. I watched it like 4 times because it was on one of those YouTube shorts that was repeating. And I was like, I don't really know how to process this. It's very strange. It was one of the Hocus Pocus ladies being like weird or something. Place your bets. Psst, come here. No closer. Did he mean no closer or no comma closer? I think it was a comma. How'd you like to be rich without having to work for it? It sounds like you're gonna scam me. Hey, simmer down. I'm not talking about anything illegal here. Gambling is illegal in some states, sir. See those treasure chests over there? What do you say to our little wager on them? The idea is you pick any chest you want and open it. Simple, right? The best part is whatever chest you open, you get all the money inside. Of course, only one chest is worth opening, haha. Don't come crying to me if you pick wrong. Before you go opening any boxes, you'll have to show me what it's worth to you. What's a bet after all, and if you don't stand to lose a bundle on it, that's the part that really gets a man's heart racing. It's up to you how much you want to throw in. But the more you bet, the more you stand to win. A man like you must have expenses. Couldn't hurt to make some quick cash right here, right now, am I right? What do you say? All you've got to lose is your pride and your money. So would you say my stream is less exciting than Hocus Pocus? Because it seems like you're watching Hocus Pocus instead of watching my stream, which is fine. If that's the case, I might need to go watch Hocus Pocus. Do you think witches are real? I'm going to need you to be more specific about 2 words. I'm doing both. I don't believe you. I don't think that's possible. I need you to define witches, and I need you to define real. The harder one's going to be real. But I think it's pretty easy because you know how my vocabulary works. Do you mean substantially real or spiritually real? Because obviously werewolves don't exist, but there were clearly people who were inhabited by the spirits of like wolves and berserkered into like battle and stuff. So it's like not quite a werewolf, but similar. Do you think witches that do spells and make potions actually exist physically and spiritually? Yes and yes and yes and yes. I will clarify about any one of those yeses if you have any questions. Us too? I think they're more innocuous than we think. A modern chemist is a modern herbalist, especially if they're using organic ingredients. So organic chemistry is modern herbalism, which is essentially the same thing as modern sorcery, or like ancient sorcery in modern day. Inorganic chemistry is modern alchemy, which is essentially the same thing as sorcery, which is a form of like ancient witchcraft as well, but because it's characterized by science, it's not seen as witchcraft or sorcery. Therefore, it's been more or less made clean or pure. I don't think that they're like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it is. Don't you dare. Can we make gold from lead? No, I don't think so. Unless you, I mean, can you actually? Draconian, can we do that? You're a chemist. I think they're different. Like, ancient stuff is different than modern stuff, is what I'm saying. The ancient stuff was more deceptive. Technically, yes. This is how I would put it. Ancient sorcery was reliant on deception and like smoke and mirrors. No, he's not a wizard, he's a chemist. So, since modern science, this is how I will preface it. Since modern science is sort of protected by the validity of what it's doing, it's like, we're not lying to you. This is like actually what's happening. We figured out this stuff. I said witches were chemists? No, I said they were herbalists. A lot of ancient witches were herbalists. I did not say they were chemists. I said that ancient alchemists were chemists. But many of them did not know what they were doing and used their lack of knowledge to sort of like smoke and mirrors their way into tricking people that they were like magicians. You know what I mean? They were like, ooh, look at all this cool stuff we're doing, but they were actually just like using like sulfur and, you know, I don't know. I'm not a chemist, so I don't know what they used. Probably like explosives and whatnot, but it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, if you know the secret, it's like a magic trick, really. If you know the secret, it's not offensive. Like that one time I did a magic trick for the lady in make them sound dumber than they likely were. No, they were really smart. Ancient alchemists were really smart. If anything, they were too smart for their own good because they were using it kind of like the magicians in the Exodus story with Moses. They were like, we have a way to make it look like we're performing these miracles of God, these like heavenly actions, you know? Anyways, let's ask this guy if we're actually gambling. How's it work again?
Oh.
Alright, listen up. See those treasure chests over there? What do you say to a little wager on them? The idea is you pick any chest you want and open it. Simple, right? The best part is whatever chest you open, you get all the money inside. Of course, the only one chest is worth opening. Don't come crying to me if you pick wrong. Before you go opening any boxes, you'll have to show me what it's worth to you. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. I don't like gambling. Is there a way to like guarantee that you win? Like, is there a way to like see through this guy's deception? Lady Luck has no time for a man who won't take any chances. Lady Luck is not in this game. That is not a thing. Who is Lady Luck, anyways? Well, sue yourself. But if you ever feel like trying your luck, I'm always here. So, to further clarify, I will say that I think wizards and witches tend to get like a bad rap because of the fact that they're like constantly like misrepresented by fiction. So like there are like good wizards in Harry Potter, there are like good sorcerers and wizards in like Lord of the Rings, but unfortunately I think we got the wrong idea because of all of like the witchy like Halloween stuff and like the druidic magic stuff. I think you really got to categorize your magic systems, really. Like if you're dealing with druid magic, if you're dealing with wizard magic, if you're dealing with holy magic, if you're dealing with like dark magic, I think they're all different. And I think that chemistry and like herbalism are like very clearly like welcome in our society because we make like drugs that are helpful, that like cure headaches and stuff. And like we have nutrients that we can infuse into like tea, and that's not bad. That's a good thing. That's what I'm saying. And then there's like chemistry, which is obviously super helpful because we can make like we can make video games with them, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. We're projecting images into little like crystals on a monitor. Like that's incredible. And I think that that's why we we're not afraid of it anymore because it's not deceptive or confusing. You get what I'm saying? You had another question. Do you think luck is real? I think that coincidences sometimes aren't coincidences. That's yeah, that's how I would put it. I think sometimes they're more complex interactions with like reality and faith, like when reality and faith intersect, I would say. Do you think I can climb all the way up this? I don't need to climb all the way up that. I can go to this one. But it goes back to my original point of contention between me and many of my viewers regarding the wildcard ability that some people have, where they're just like they're good to go even though like luck might be not on their side. Is there a force that makes some people have better chance outcomes than others? Yeah, that's the wild card that I was talking about. I don't know if it's scientifically provable. It obviously isn't. But there is a book that purports that, like a novel. It's not like a book, like a nonfiction book. It's not a nonfiction book. But there are books that purport that there are characters in reality that have sort of like a wild card effect on the world around them. That's possible, but by the way, I did not mean to offend you, Draconian. I was just sort of rambling, if you will. Is there a force that makes some people have better chance outcomes than... I just read that. I already read that one. Let me get my hammer. Hiya! There we go. I also think it's really funny that Topical asked a question that was like could be a subject of heated debate right as soon as like I start talking about chemistry, and then the chemist like speaks up very instantly. That was amazing. If anything, that was what I was referring to. That's like a coincidence, not a coincidence, you know. Hardy Bass, those are good. Oh yeah, wasn't there was a shrine up there, wasn't there? I just walked right past it and didn't go in it. I need to get that so that I can travel back to Lurelin Village whenever I want. So, Topical, you said you believe... Wait, did you say we both do? As in you and Mrs. Topical? Both believe that... Do you think... Yeah, us too, you said. Yeah, you said us too. I don't know. I'm not sure, based on, like, superstition and whatnot. Like, I'm wary of people who believe in, like, superstitious stuff. Because I don't think superstition is a very effective means of, like, interpreting reality. So if it's grounded in, like, I guess if it's grounded in, like, careful observation and good spiritual discernment, then I think that it's reasonable. But if it's grounded in superstition, then I would be doubtful. You know what I mean? I'd be doubtful of your belief in such a thing. But if you mean like Harry Potter wizards, I mean, I'd be doubtful. Because, like, I don't think that there's, like, a secret, like... You should research the actual old methods and reasons for magic and witches before talking about them like that. A lot of what you said is not true historically. Oh. Okay. Good to know. Do you have any good resources or books that I can read about those subjects? I wish you could ride these. I have a habit of that. You just did that with church history earlier. First start with Wikipedia, they have a lot of sources to go from there. I mean, you should take everything that I say on this channel with a grain of salt. I'm sort of jumping off of a lot of points. That I've learned throughout my lifetime, so let's see. To you set foot in the shrine, I am Ya Ren. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. A weighty decision. We have a scale. I'm assuming if I drop this, it's gonna launch me because it's heavier. Not really launch me, it just sort of raised me up. Okay. I need to get more melee weapon slots. I don't know if I need any more Guardian Swords. I have plenty. And that's just a normal Guardian Sword. Okay. That's easier than... Not really a puzzle at all. Just a magnesis. What did it say? Was it a Guardian Shield? No, it was a Knight's Broadsword. I will drop... I'll drop this. I don't really need a big, heavy hammer that... I can just use the sledgehammer for breaking rocks. Like, I would love, what do you call it? A brief synopsis of where I was incorrect, just so that I'm not musing over it forever. But, let's see. Put this over here. Maybe there. I guess I could have also grabbed that cube or block or whatever that was over there. I guess a lot of my insight, I guess, is it's flavored by fantasy, so it doesn't really matter in the long run. Because there's like books like The Alchemist and like Harry Potter and whatnot. It's like that. None of that's real. It's not. None of that's like real stuff. So it's like, it's like the Romantic poets were writing a bunch of stuff about fantasy and magic that was like not. It just wasn't. It isn't supposed to be true. It's just made up stuff. Like whatchamacallit, Shangri-La or whatever. This is sad. What's sad? What's sad? Hocus Pocus? Oh, I haven't seen it. Remember. Why? Is this the first time you're seeing Hocus Pocus? Oh, I don't know why I expected that. I don't want to speak on such things without being completely accurate about it. I see. So, do we... what do we... I see. Well, I mean, I've met, like, what do you call them? Like witchy people. But you can't really say that they're, like, speaking me. You and David are completely opposite, then. Are you saying that I am always a bad source about all subjects topical? That's not very nice. I mean, it's possible, I guess. I don't really know anything about witches or magic in real life. Yeah, the magic that I know about is like what do you call them? Not witches, but like magicians, like the cups and balls guy in Egypt. We can table it for later, and you can tell us after you research it before next stream. Fair enough. Because I've read a lot of books about, like, what do you call them? The actual performing magicians, like the performers. Didn't you used to be into magic tricks, like card tricks and whatnot? Oh yeah, a ton. Like I watched countless documentaries about those guys and whatnot. Some of those guys were really good at figuring out what was and wasn't true. But it's hard to convince people of it, of course. I don't know. It's one of those things where you're gonna have people with naturally, if you have someone who doesn't believe in the mythos or the culture of Christianity, like you're not gonna be able to use like the Egypt magicians as an example or whatever, because they're not gonna believe it really happened, you know. Illusion is super cool. Yeah, I love illusions. I'm really, really into that sort of thing. It's very fascinating. Rain, seriously? Yeah, it's been raining, yep. Do you think I am temperamental? You do. You don't? You do you? Do you think I've got random mood swings, huh? Sorry, here, I'll share some nice info I came across as my form of apology. The fish in Lurland village is pretty fatty. As a result, I hear they're incredibly delicious when you grill them. That tells me nothing. Thank you, though. Yeah, I mean, I can't... I mean, I can cook them, but... I thought you were gonna be like, there's a secret treasure chest or something. No, there was not. Okay, so I have to wait for it to stop raining in order to get this. So I'm gonna mark this right here. Korok. Okay. Let's go find the tower. Where is the tower in this area, I wonder? We've been everywhere. At least I feel like I have. That's interesting. I spent a lot of my childhood being sort of bewildered and honestly kind of upset about some of the tricks that were performed by really, really big stage magicians. Like, I finished it 5/10, very average. Oh, the movie? Hocus Pocus, very average. Positives, set design and makeup, neutral, story, soundtrack, negatives, acting, and humor. Do you think maybe the humor just didn't age well? Like, do you think it was funnier at the time? I don't know. I haven't seen a movie from that era. Was it early 2000s or late 90s? I don't know. No, most of the humor is poorly done slapstick. Oh, interesting. So it's like physical comedy. But anyways, yeah. So I was plagued by like sleepless nights of like trying to figure out how certain tricks were done. Specifically the I mean, there's one that it's probably guarded by millions of dollars because it's like a really advanced like technology or something, but the whole switcheroo thing where you like have like one person in a spot, then you cover up that spot, and then they're in a different spot. It's like that's kind of when the switch happens is insane. And I don't understand how some of them happen. It's pretty incredible. Like the one that David Copperfield does where he has like a platform above the audience and the people walk out onto the platform with him and then they tell. I mean, the whole part about them going to like a, a deserted island or something is like totally hokey, but the fact that they disappeared from that platform, it's just baffling. How did David Copperfield disappear the Statue of Liberty? That was a camera trick. That was, I think it was, yeah, I don't remember exactly how. There's a video about it. You can watch it. It's pretty. That one's revealed. We know how he did that. I think it was like a rotating platform or something. Like the platform that the audience was on rotated slightly when they. I don't know. It's stupid. That might have been the helicopter one though. There are so many of his that have been revealed, but that one, his most recent one, almost all people chosen from the audience are plants. I can't say that for certain about all of his tricks. I don't know. You don't need plants because you want to have some good audience reaction, but you need a few. The guy who yells "move your feet" during the buzzsaw trick, where he cuts himself in half with a buzzsaw, that guy is a plant because he's in every staged version of it. So now sometimes people will shout out things that aren't "move your feet," but that doesn't mean that the guy who says "move your feet" isn't a plant. I think he revealed that was a plant too. It's just part of the joke now. It would be funny if a magician asked for a volunteer and no one volunteered. That would be funny. I mean, I guess if it was a really small audience, that could happen. But yeah, I still watch Penn and Teller's Fool Us occasionally. It's a really good show. I mean, it's good in the sense that you get to see cool magic tricks from modern magicians. Or maybe they don't trust that the magician would keep them safe. Yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure. I see a heron, I give a heart. You like herons? How tragic would it have been if I threw that rock and it just like hit the heron in the face? That would have, yeah, that would have. Oh, there it is. How did I miss that? Now let's go get it. And let's look for any other shrines that we see. I don't see any. Do you guys see any shrines? No, I don't see any. Yeah, so I'll have to cross a bunch of subjects off my list that I can talk about, I guess. There's a Korok. We can get that real quick. Oh, this is a double circle Korok. I don't understand that. Oh, I guess it's pretty simple, actually. Excuse me. I'm busy. That's my hammer. I kind of wish that there were, like, different species of Lizalfos. Like, not just colors, but, like, they weren't all chameleons, you know? Like, some of them are just normal lizard men. Like, they're all chameleons. Every single one of them. I feel like they should be called, like, Chamelealphos or something. Because these are not Lizalfos. I mean, they are, technically, but you know what I mean. Let's get rid of... Do I have 2 Frostblades? No, I only have 1. Okay, I'm keeping the Edge of Duality to put in the house. We should probably work on getting the house, actually, now that I think of it. Just so I can put that stuff on the wall. Alright, let's grab this, bring it over here. So topical. Since I am no longer willing to speak on the subject, um, how would you not correct, but how would you provide a better input with regards to your analysis of magicianry? What do you said you both do, you and Mrs. believe in witches. What do you mean by that? Let everyone dogpile you instead of me. Because when I think of witches, I think of like the oracles from like ancient Greece or whatever, like the Oracle of Delphi. I think witches use demonic means to curse things and people. Fairly concise answer. I don't know what that means, but I'll I appreciate the precision, I suppose, or rather the look at this weird, like, is that a root? I guess it is. What is this a root of? Like, what tree is this a root of? Surely not that one. That one's too small. Nothing. There's nothing here. Hmm. Crazy. That's really weird. I'm trying to remember, can you get the Zora armor without completing the Divine Beast for the Zora Kingdom? Because I definitely want to get the Zora armor, but all of it. Like, can you get the whole set of armor? Or can you only get part of it? Like the middle part. That's the problem. I realize that I don't want to complete the Divine Beasts, but I feel like there's so many things that are locked behind the Divine Beasts that are helpful for defeating Ganon. You can only get part of the armor. Interesting. So, but do you get the part that lets you go up the waterfalls? I guess that's the most important part. Oh, there's this. It's a stable. Do we have any... There's always a shrine near the stables, right? I'm not sure. You're not sure about that. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I mostly just don't... I've said this before. I just don't want the lasers of the Divine Beasts cutting through the sky in this playthrough. Okay, how do I... Like... I don't have the ability to, like, fly up into the air very easily. Like I do in Tears of the Kingdom. I was like, how do I get up there? Oh, it's right here. Okay. You can start the Zora quest and stop once you get the armor. I see. Interesting. That's one of the things I didn't really like about having only one save file in these games. Or in like Tears of the Kingdom. It's like once you complete a dungeon or do something that changes the environment, you can't go back and re-experience it unless you start the game over. Like, I want to do the whole, like, the like, Gerudo part of Tears of the Kingdom again. Yeah, I know you can manually save, but it's so easy to lose track of them. And I think in Tears of the Kingdom it's even more restrictive in terms of how you can save. Because it's such a big game, I guess. I don't remember, though. It kind of reminds me, the subject, not the subject that we were talking about, but just the disagreements about the subject we were talking about, reminds me of when I relearned, like, Greek mythology. Like, I had been taught so much Greek mythology in, like, high school and, like, elementary school, and then I, like, went and, like, actually, like, read the Iliad, and, like, not even the Iliad, just a translation of the Iliad. Wait. How am I supposed to do both of these at the same time? Okay, wait a second. My brain is not working. Surely that wasn't how you were supposed to do that. I don't know. Oh my gosh. That can't have been right? You're going now? Good night, Topical. It also reminds me of this one time, not to call out this very, very random person, but I was given instructions from my manager at work to tell people a specific thing about this. I think the difference here is that you spoke as if you had ultimate authority and knowledge on the subject when you did not. If you prefaced what you said with, "I'm not quite sure, but I think that," and then ended with, "Is that true?" it would have been an issue. It wouldn't have been an issue. Fair enough. I'll be sure to preface everything I say with more uncertainty then. Yeah, it reminds me of this. I was confronted at work because I sell fish at work. I was confronted at work by a marine biologist. I told him where the salmon was from, and he was like, "That's not where it's from." And I was like, I'm just telling you what my manager told me. Like, I'm telling you, essentially telling you what my manager taught me. And I trusted what my manager is. Of course, there's nothing wrong with what the manager said. I think the manager was actually right in this case. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, that sucks that I'm essentially being reprimanded for submitting the information that's in my brain. I'm always willing. That's the thing that's interesting. I've always been willing to correct my perspective on things. That's why my perspective has shifted so frequently about these subjects. Because I used to believe that there was like a very specific answer to a lot of things. Like I had it all figured out. And I never meant to convey that I had the ultimate authority on the subject. It's like, if I were like the king of, like, smoked meats, for example, I wouldn't say with absolute certainty that, like, the the point of the brisket looks like this and has to be like this, and this is the right way to do it. And it's like, no, I'm just reiterating what I know about it. It's just one of those things where it's like you try your best to convey that you know what you're talking about, especially when you do. Like, I used to know a lot of things that have since become obsolete, and they were, oh, hello, a fairy. And I think they were true at the time. That's what's crazy. Like, a lot of things were universally held to be true in, like, elementary school. Like, what was that thing about, like, the taste buds on your tongue? Everyone taught you that they were all in the like, arrangement on your tongue. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know if I should I trust that? That's what I was taught. I was also taught that all bees die when they sting you. I don't even know if that's true anymore. Like, their stingers come out and they die. I mean, what if it's just certain species that do that? I'm not a bee biologist. I mean, I'd love to be a bee biologist, but there's no way I can intake all that information. It's one of those subjects that's too broad a topic to know all the details about. So if we're talking about, like, the Oracle of Delphi or something, like, I might know maybe like 20% more than most people do about that specific subject. But that was one witch. That was like a very specific witch. It's not like all witches, you know. It's like, okay. Or the Egyptian the cups and balls Egypt trick or whatever. Like, I know a little bit about that. But it's not really a lot. I can't say that I know for certain that all magicians were deceptive. Just those ones were. Just those guys were kind of making it up just to cheat you out of your money or whatever. It's not all of them. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But one of my favorite things to do is I love, like, doing research on very specific subjects, and often learn things that I'm like, whoa, I had no idea. And then I have to come to terms with trying to convey that information accurately. Like, the whole thing that blew my mind about research, specifically regarding Wikipedia, it's like if someone born in the 18th century, it says their birthday is a certain day. It's probably more like their christening day, not their actual birthday. When I learned that, I was like, okay, that's news to me. I had to sort of come to terms with the fact that, okay, why does a birthday matter? Is that, like, do we need the exact day, or can we find the certificate? It's like, no, some of those old guys didn't have certificates. It was just the day that they were christened, which was often a few days later or whatever. I don't know. Little details, minor details like that are kind of interesting, but it's not like, I don't know. I'm going the opposite direction that I want to go. I think another thing that really bothers me about any type of modern, I guess you would call it literary criticism. I think that's what it's called. At least that's what I learned in school, which may be obsolete now. But literary criticism, in terms of, like, people writing about certain subjects and deciding that they want to put their spin on it, it's like modern literary critics are going to approach, like, a novelist from the 18th century with a totally different respect than they would back in the 18th century. And I think that's a little weird to me, but I'm not quite sure what to do with that, because it's like, okay, do we trust the old historians, or do we respect the new ones? Because the new ones might have some weird motives with regards to what they're saying about, like, a specific author or something. Like, I was reading about Bram Stoker and his, like, people. I'm talking about like the biographies, like biographies of authors. Like I was reading about like biographies. I was reading various biographies of like Bram Stoker, and I was like, how is this modern guy making conclusions about Bram Stoker's personal life based on letters that only he can read, and he has the opportunity to like more or less change the context at his will to sort of convey a different idea because he had an ulterior motive. I'm not saying he did, I'm just saying it's possible. That is true. Sometimes people get very revisionist when it comes to literature. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm referring to. That's why I'm a little bit wary of like some of the Wikipedia, not all of it. I like that Wikipedia has sources that you can go to, like you click on the links and read all the articles and stuff. But I can't think of the example, but I took a screenshot of a Wikipedia article that was really dear to me because it was about a book that I really like. And I was like, this Wikipedia article is very clearly presenting false information about a book. Like the nature in which it was published. I don't even remember what it was. I have a screenshot of it somewhere, but then I found out that they just didn't want that information on Wikipedia anymore. And I was like, okay, I guess we're not believing what was true anymore about that book. That's fine, I guess, but it was just sad to me. Thank goodness it isn't raining. I think if it's raining, those like immediately explode, don't they? Ah! Bats! Let's bomb them, I guess. Did I get any of them? Nope. Okay, that could have been bad. I now have rabies from one health point taken. Yeah, if this game had rabies, that would be bad. That was worth it. I only lost 1 health. I do think that you should get more bat parts, more keys parts from that, honestly. It's remarkable to me that you only lose a few. Okay, that's broken. Okay, that tree branch is also broken. Is that enough? There were keys inside of the hole. I didn't expect that. They got me. This is a totally like different subject, but it's sad to me that we feel the need to remaster things that are already kind of perfect in terms of like old games. Like I was playing the remaster a while ago of Final Fantasy X, and I was like, man, I miss how Tidus used to look. He looks really different in this one. And Yuna, and like all the characters look really different. I guess I was thinking about it because of revisionism. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. It's like you take something that's already really good. I feel the same way about the Xenoblade Chronicles remake, the remaster or whatever. I liked the way they looked in the old one. Doesn't matter. In fact, it matters so little that I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, but I need to get rid of some of this stuff that I don't want. Awesome. That was great. What is that? Oh, it's an Octorok. Ow. Ow. many of these Octoroks are there? Sheesh. They're everywhere. I guess this is all these are all kind of good. I'll use this one. I don't even know if there's anything good in there. Oh, I mean, I guess that's helpful. For getting up here? Yeah, that's quite good, actually. I kind of wish you could catch the wall when you were like sideways like that, but you can't really. I missed. Excellent. Oh, hardy durians are up here. I didn't know that. Wait, were they doing like some sort of like weird ritual with it? They were like dancing around it. Oh no, there's durians here. This actually is a place where there's durians. I was not aware. Okay, I will mark this as this. I'm gonna use this. I don't really like the two-handed weapons, so I'm gonna get rid of it. There was a fairy, apparently. In the grass, I guess? Yeah, this whole place has hardy durians. Actually, I'll go right into the middle. Like, maybe right here. I didn't realize that the forest had durians as well. I thought they were only on Satori Mountain. Each one only has one durian, though. It doesn't look like they have a lot. What's in there? Mighty thistles? That might be worth it. They are doing some kind of ritual. Or offering of some kind. I get offering, ritual, kind of the same thing in this case. Another fairy. This place is just... How many fairies do I have now? 3. That's crazy. That's a lot of durian. That's really good. Alright. Let's go get the tower. And after we get this tower, I think we'll call it a night, I suppose. How long has it been? I missed. Amazing. Great. Alright, catch you later, Draconian. Wait, what? Did this respawn? It did. That's weird. Thought it was gonna land right back on top. That would have been crazy. Well. As usual, tomorrow is Silky Sofa Saturday, so we will be playing, either Lorne's Lure or something else. Something other than Breath of the Wild. We did it. Alright, so I'll just stay up here, I guess, and do the stream over screen right here. That sounds fine to me. Bye-bye, see you later. Hopefully my Breath of the Wild videos don't get muted. There's a person who's claiming songs that aren't theirs for Legend of Zelda music. So you have to like report them and tell them, hey, this isn't actually like that song. All right. I like to be standing exactly in the middle, centered. It's very hard to get him to stand centered, but it's possible. All right, let's save. And go ahead and end the stream. All right.